It's good to have you join us on AD4 TV Radio News Update, coming to you live from Abuja, Nigeria's federal capital. I am Merciful Ajinomo. The Nigerian Center for Disease Control this Saturday confirmed 49 new cases of COVID-19 in Nigeria, 23 in Lagos, 12 in Abuja, 10 in Kano, 2 in Ogun, 1 each in Oyo and Ekiti State. As at 10:40 p.m. 18th April, there were 542 confirmed cases of COVID-19 reported in Nigeria. 166 have been discharged with 19 deaths recorded. Talking education, the Federal Ministry of Education has met with the Federal Radio Corporation of Nigeria to arrange for the takeoff of the nationwide school radio and television broadcast as a result of the closure of schools due to the ongoing coronavirus pandemic. The ministry stated that the classes on air will follow a timetable which is being worked on, as well as the possibility of writing an examination after taking the lessons. The Director of Press of the Federal Ministry of Education, Ben Gong, said the broadcast will run from morning to night, covering all subjects such as mathematics and English. He added that the broadcast will be standardized across the country. According to the ministry, the school broadcast classes could commence by May if the modalities for getting operational licenses and the purchase of transmitters were tidied up by the Education Ministry, the FRCN, the Nigerian Television Authority, and the National Broadcasting Commission in April. In a development that startled many, one of the men that participated in the final burial rites of the late Chief of Staff to the President of Nigeria, Abba Kyari, was seen openly disposing of his personal protective clothing at the burial ground. The man was captured in a video that has since gone viral, disposing the clothing just outside the fence of the burial ground in an area frequently visited by scavengers instead of disposing it properly or setting it on fire to avoid further spread of the virus. In a similar development, the Federal Capital Territory Administration's Acting Secretary, Health and Human Services Secretariat, Dr. Mohammed Kawu, expressed dismay at the unprofessional conduct of some of those who conducted the burial rites of the late Chief of Staff to the President, Malam Abba Kyari, while stating that they have all been identified and will be quarantined. He said the Public Health Department has since taken the necessary actions and decontaminated the cemetery, even as all the individuals that participated in the burial that were not properly kitted have been identified and are being isolated. He noted that the administration has taken steps to ensure that all future burials of victims of COVID-19 are conducted in line with protocols established by the Nigerian Center for Disease Control. In the same vein, the governor of Kano State, Nigeria, Abdullahi Umar Ganduje, sacked his Commissioner of Works and Infrastructure, Muazu Magiji, for celebrating the death of the late Abba Kyari, Chief of Staff to the President Muhammadu Buhari. The commissioner took to Facebook and Twitter and made comments celebrating the death of Kyari, who passed away on Friday night from the coronavirus pandemic. Ganduje quickly reacted through a statement by his Commissioner for Information, Muhammad Garba, and relieved Magiji of his appointment with immediate effect. On the foreign scene, the World Health Organization Regional Office for Africa in Brazzaville, Congo said the number of COVID-19 cases in Africa has risen to over 19,000 this Saturday. The update by the organization was on its official Twitter account. The organization stated that so far, Africa has recorded 4,416 recoveries and 991 deaths. A breakdown on the World Health Organization Africa Region COVID-19 dashboard showed that South Africa, Algeria and Cameroon top the list of countries with the highest reported cases. You're watching AD4 TV Radio News Update. We'll go on a short break now. More stories when we return. Do stay.
As the world faces the challenge of the coronavirus pandemic and governments around the world are racing against time, AD4 TV Radio thanks you all for doing your part to stop the spread of the disease. Be safe at home and practice hygiene. Protect yourself and others. Do not panic. Do not self-medicate. Listen to all preventive advice and stay at home, as well as maintain social distancing. Say no to fake news. Get authentic updates from the Presidential Task Force on COVID-19, the Federal Ministry of Health, the NCDC, and of course, AD4 TV Radio, your credible and reliable channel. Please stay safe to save others.
You're welcome back. Still on the pandemic, the government of Morocco on Saturday extended its national lockdown to May 20 to contain the further spread of the coronavirus. The decision was made by the government council as the number of confirmed cases in the country rose to 2,685, including 137 deaths and 314 recoveries. The Moroccan government has been paying wages of up to $120 to households whose main provider is unable to work, and deferred taxes and loans for small businesses to ease the economic pain related to the lockdown measures. According to the International Monetary Fund, the country's economy will contract by 3.7% in 2020. The President of the United States, Donald Trump, on Saturday said Texas and Vermont will allow certain businesses to reopen on Monday while still observing coronavirus-related precautions, while Montana will begin lifting restrictions on Friday. Trump noted that there are a number of positive signs that the virus has passed its peak and testings are getting better. Meanwhile, some state governors have warned that they will not act prematurely to reopen their economies until there is more testing for the virus. Business leaders have also told the president that the country needs to have widespread testing in place before companies can return to normal operations. Still on the pandemic, Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez plans to relax the lockdown rule on 27 April so that children who have been kept indoors since 14 March can get some fresh air. In a televised briefing on Saturday evening, Mr. Sanchez said Spain had left behind the most extreme moment and contained the brutal onslaught of the pandemic. Spain has seen more than 20,000 deaths and almost 200,000 reported cases since the start of the pandemic. The United States Secretary of State Mike Pompeo in a statement condemned the arrests of at least 14 veteran pro-democracy activists in Hong Kong on charges of joining massive anti-government protests last year, saying the police action jeopardizes a high degree of autonomy guaranteed the southern Chinese city. Among those arrested Saturday were 81-year-old activist and former lawmaker Martin Lee and democracy advocate Albert Ho, Lee Choi-young and Au Nong-hin. Police also arrested media tycoon Jimmy Lai, who founded the local newspaper Apple Daily. Talking entertainment, some of the biggest names in music have joined forces to celebrate healthcare workers in a globally televised concert. Beyoncé, Stevie Wonder, Lady Gaga, Paul McCartney and Billie Eilish were among more than 100 artists who performed songs from the living rooms due to the coronavirus lockdown. The 8-hour show also featured real-life stories from those on the front line of the fight against COVID-19. Lady Gaga, who created the lineup, called the event a love letter to the world. That's it on AD4 TV Radio News Update, coming to you live from Abuja, Nigeria's federal capital. You can join the conversation on our social media platforms at AD4 TV Radio on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn and Instagram. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel at AD4 TV Radio. Many thanks for watching. I am Merciful Ajinomo.